These are the most valuable hands in the world. The cheapest watch in his drawer is a Rolex. Even when he goes out to eat, he drives a Porsche. All because this man is named Steven. He is the #1 surgeon in the world, with a bullet in the patient's head, and after the previous doctor declared it untreatable, he needed only 30 seconds to snatch the patient back from death. Yet this great doctor, after a serious car accident, the nerves in his hands were completely destroyed. This marked the absolute end of his medical career. No matter what treatments he tried, he still could not control his hands. Just as he was about to lose all hope, a special case lit his hope again. A patient Steven once treated, who was paralyzed in the legs, had now miraculously recovered, and was even dominating again on the court. Out of kindness, the man gave Steven a location, and claimed that was where he had been cured. Unwilling to give up, Steven decided to take a gamble. He sold all his possessions and traveled alone to Nepal. But for days he could not find the right place, until one day a gang of thugs targeted the outsider. Luckily, a man in black appeared and saved him. Under his guidance, Steven finally met the Ancient One, but the Ancient One told him there was no spell to heal him. Recovery could only come by training his own spirit. Steven, who always believed in science, was instantly crushed. He shouted, accusing the Ancient One of being a fraud. But the Ancient One stayed calm. With a gentle strike, she knocked Steven's soul out of his body, then touched his forehead, and sent him into another dimension. Everything before his eyes shattered Steven's worldview. When he came back to his senses, he knelt begging to be her student, but the Ancient One threw him out, because she had seen the future and knew Steven's talent was extraordinary, but his spirit needed tempering to keep him from falling into darkness. After waiting outside for 3 days, Steven was finally accepted. There, the Ancient One showed him many elemental spells, but Steven could not master even one. He thought his injured hands were holding him back. But the Ancient One brought in a sorcerer with no hands, who perfectly cast a magic circle before him. To make Steven take magic seriously, she used a portal to throw Steven onto Mount Everest, where a normal human could last only 10 minutes. If Steven could not master the portal spell in 10 minutes, he would be frozen on the mountain forever. Just as the aide thought the test had failed and moved to save him, a portal circle suddenly appeared. From that moment on, Steven seemed to grasp the essence of magic. Whatever he studied, he learned quickly. By day, he trained with fellow students. By night, he studied with magic even in his sleep. Even the forbidden book of dark magic, he secretly learned in secret. To practice what was in the book, he secretly took the time amulet from the altar and began experimenting with time magic. In the next moment, the apple on the table slowly healed from decay. Such talent was unheard of. Driven by curiosity, he tried to use time magic to restore the 2 stolen pages from the sacred book. The next second, a time vortex appeared. Luckily, the aide arrived in time to stop Steven. The aide warned Steven not to mess with time magic. Once the timeline was broken, the entire world would collapse, because someone had already done it before. That man was Caecilius, the Ancient One's prize student. He chose darkness in pursuit of immortality. While the Ancient One was gone, he killed the librarian and tore out the 2 most important pages from the book. Though the Ancient One rushed back in time and wiped out the ones who had fallen into darkness, Caecilius still escaped with space magic. Before Steven could ask more, an alarm suddenly rang out in the temple, and a sorcerer was knocked unconscious. The attacker was Caecilius, the Ancient One's favored disciple.